Hey, welcome back for my weekly check-in into my garden transformation. And I'll be honest, this week there's not a lot of transforming happening, but I would like to start, some new projects soon. So that is something that is on my mind. But first, let me give you an update on my pumpkin. So it's really sad. It has been basically completely devoured. I have deduced that it was probably a groundhog because A, I saw a groundhog in the backyard the other day, and B, I was volunteering on the farm today, and they were talking about how they've been just dealing with groundhogs who come and eat everything, and melons and squash are groundhogs' favorites. And I'm highly suspecting that the groundhog is living under the shed, and this is his sort of like cafeteria that he comes and eats every day. So there's really not much I can do. I'm actually gonna go take this and put it in the compost now because there were a bunch of flies around it and there's ants all over it. I don't know if any other pumpkins will grow, but even if they do, they're probably gonna get devoured. I do have a bell pepper coming in, so that's exciting. I feel like, so these are, if you remember, I had ordered them from Plant Gem. They're supposed to be the sweet pea flowers, and I did get like 1 or 2 blooms a little earlier in the season, and the plant is still green, so I might get a couple more. It's kind of crowded out by the squash, but it was $20 for 3 starts, so like more than $6 a start, which is not like totally inexpensive, plus shipping. But what I just thought was, like, of course, this is just the way of the world back here. So this is kind of the compost heap, which you can't really tell right now because it's actually overgrown. There are, in the compost heap, there's some kind of squash growing very well out of the compost heap, and back there, there are tomatoes growing in my compost heap. I decided not to do tomatoes in my regular garden this year because they're always just such, I don't know, they feel like a lot of work, and I don't get that many tomatoes from them, but I've got this huge tomato plant growing in my compost heap right now. But anyway, the reason I came back here was to show you that in this kind of wild, unmaintained, tamed area behind the shed, there are all these, I don't know what kind this is, but there is some kind of sweet pea bloom. It's more of a dark blue. It's not like the exact same color as the ones that I had purchased, but just like thriving back here, like a huge bush just growing so well. So I just thought it was let's wait for this train to pass. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of a funny irony. Here's another one right here, so we can get a nice view. Really pretty, like a gorgeous, pretty blue. And I didn't even have to try. Dogs have been munching on a lot of grass lately. I just kind of let them. I feel like I can't really stop them. Yeah. So today I noticed that my coffee plant, which had otherwise been doing great, has this infestation of some kind of insect. I've seen these before on my plants. So I think first things first is I need to quarantine it away from everything else so that they don't harm anything else. And then I've got to attack these. There's a lot going on, outside, but you can't forget about your plants inside either. So these are 2 things that I frequently use for my houseplants inside. This one is okay, but this Captain Jack's dead bug kind of gets rid of like everything. And since that infestation looks pretty serious, I'm gonna go pretty hard with the Captain Jack's right now and try to clean all these bugs off of this plant. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna spray the crap out of these nasty, nasty things. You can even see, I'm assuming these are like eggs that are on the leaves here. So just, this coffee plant was doing so well. It was like, they always come for the ones that are doing well. So now that that's soaked, I'm gonna take a paper towel and kind of scrape all of these gross, disgusting things off. All right, here we go. All right, so I got all of them off. It took quite a few paper towels, but this is now in quarantine. This is kind of where I put my plants when they're in quarantine so that they can still get a good amount of sunlight. So like overall the leaves are pretty healthy. Yeah, there's like some browning here, but I think that might just be due to, you know, just natural leaf rot. And it does appear to be putting out new leaves. So I think it was still hopefully growing fine. So hopefully I caught it early enough that it's gonna be okay. But I am gonna prophylactically spray all the plants that were in that area with that same Captain Jack's just to be safe. So this morning glory vine, I noticed, has started putting out some morning glories. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. Beautiful purple color. The vine itself has been struggling in the heat a little, but at least I got a couple morning glory flowers, and it looks like there's some buds, so there are some more on the way. So pretty, and it's going around the fence, so maybe my neighbors will get some pretty flowers as well. Okay, so we're back at the end of the week, and the coffee plant is doing much better. All signs of the pests do seem to be gone, so that is the good news. Ooh, and as soon as I said that, look what I see. But it's definitely less than what it was before. I'm gonna have to go back in and clean that off. But I think the coffee plant is gonna survive, so that's the good news.